Well, it's Tuesday and it's the 3rd of March, and it's been an absolute beautiful day today, and it was exactly the same yesterday. Blue sky, sun was shining. We did have a frost overnight, but that cleared up quite quickly, and it's not warm, but it's pleasant. And so I'm going to start my next vlog. Yesterday, because the weather was decent, I brought my camera into the greenhouse on the tripod, and I had it focused on the bird feeders. And because I have this battery pack that lasts for, well, the most part of a day, even longer, I'm able to leave it running with 2 memory cards. It's got 2 memory cards, and keep on filming till they fill up, and then I can just change them with some more memory cards. And the bird activity of the last couple of days has been incredible, especially with the blue tits and the great tits. It would seem that they are now beginning to pair up because they're coming in and out and chasing each other as pairs. I noticed this morning that with my bird house right at the back there, which I made myself last year, which didn't get used, I noticed there was some great tits coming in and out of it. And then earlier this afternoon I was looking again, and there were some blue tits in and out inspecting it, so they must be looking for somewhere for nesting now. And then just after that, then I've got another nesting box up the other side. In fact, as I'm talking now, there's a blue tit going into it. The blue tits have been very busy going in and out of that one. I'll see if I can get this camera to focus on it. While that's continuing to focus on the bird feeder up there, I'll keep talking. So yesterday I noticed the bullfinch was in the garden again. I didn't get that on camera, but I also noticed what I thought was the greenfinch, because I haven't seen the greenfinch since around Christmas time. But when I looked a bit closer, I realized it was a siskin. And then later in the day I noticed another siskin. So when I checked back on my camera last night, it had been a male siskin first, and a little bit later the female siskin. And the female siskin has been here again this morning. So the birds are very busy. That one is still there at the nesting box, and there's another one just sat on the fence next to it. There are 1, 2, 3 more blue tits just out here on the trees, 4, so they're busy here as well. In actual fact, there's a butterfly just gone down there, so where that's come from I don't know. And another butterfly there. Now then, I'll see if I can get the camera to focus on that one. And there's the butterfly focused on there. So that's a good sign that the spring is in the air. So what I'll do, because I have come to do something in the greenhouse, I have unearthed the propagator that my friend Graham gave me last year, and I used quite a lot in the greenhouse, and I'm going to set that up in here because I did manage in this paper bag to save some of the cosmos seed from the cosmos that I grew last year, and I wanted to plant some of that first and leave it in the propagator to see how well that will do. I've also noticed this morning, really, when I was setting this camera up and then moving and feeding the bird feeders, I've also noticed that the buds are coming on really well on the apple tree and the pear tree, so it's looking promising. My daughter, who lives just, well, from here as a crow flies, it's about half a mile, I would think, just a little bit higher up on the hill. Towards the end of last year, it was quite late, I planted some tulips in a planter that I'd made for her, and they're stopping with us at the moment because they're having work done in the house. But she came home from their house yesterday, or came back here, I should say, from their house yesterday, and she showed me a photograph she'd taken on her phone, and all the tulips are through and they're actually in bloom, flowering as well. So I'll put a picture of those on this vlog. Mine are nowhere near that. Lots of crocuses out, and I can see the leaves that are coming out on the rose bushes, so they're starting to grow again. So spring is in the air at long last, and it makes you feel like you want to come out and you want to get on with doing a lot more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this camera from here. It's in the way. I've got this which I can clamp on there because it's got a clamp, the battery pack, and whatever is left, there's only 26 minutes left on the memory card that is in there anyway, so I will set that up somewhere and leave it recording. In fact, I can see that the blue tits are still there at that nesting box over there, so it looks like we might have success this year with some birds breeding in the garden. So what I've got is a couple of trays here which I'll put the cosmos seed into, and I'll find a position to put that in a little bit later, because I have to run an extension lead from the external socket, which is by our back door, and run it around here and into the greenhouse, which I'll do a little bit later. Now, in regards to the video that I took yesterday of the birds, I will include some of that in the vlog, but I will just put another video up on my YouTube, which will just be of the birds, not specific to my garden vlog, but just there for anybody to see if they want to, because I'm having a tremendous amount of goldfinch coming into the garden as well. a lot of husk here as well, but I don't really want to blow it because I'll probably end up losing the seed. Probably just do 15 in each one for now, and then plant some again a little bit later when it's warmer. I also planted some Clarkia last year, which I'd never grown before, and it was such a lovely flower, so I intend to buy some Clarkia seed to grow some more of them. I've got lots of packets of seeds which come with the garden magazines, which I'll never use because I just don't have a garden big enough and a greenhouse big enough to grow them in and to plant them on. Yeah, there's 2 trays of those done. Put them by there for now. I'll have a quick look to see what else I've got. So there's peas there. Kelvedon Wonder, which is what I've done last year. And it says that they can be sown outdoors from March to early July, so there shouldn't be any reasons why I shouldn't plant them in pots in the greenhouse now. I've written on there last year I did my second plant of these on the 18th of April and my first plant on the 18th of March, so a bit earlier than last year, but I'm out here. It's a nice day, and I'll plant some of these. I would soak them usually, but I'm just going to plant them as they are. Planted the first ones on the 18th of March and germinated on the 4th of April. I haven't got when the second lot germinated, so 18th of March to 4th of April, just over 2 weeks just about. So we'll see what these are going to be. I shall concentrate this year mainly on the potatoes, which I've got ready to plant, but it's a bit too early for those. Peas, carrots and runner beans. Unfortunately, because of my Crohn's, I've had to restrict my diet again to be in a low residue diet. So there's no more cabbage, no more cauliflower, no more sprouts, broccoli, anything like that at all now. And so I can eat peas, I can eat runner beans, small amounts anyway. And of course there's the broad beans I've planted, which we don't really eat ourselves. I grow them for somebody else. So that's some peas done, cosmos done, and that's a start for this year. And we'll see how they go over the next couple of weeks. So that's a start for this vlog. I think I have to check on my phone. According to what I've seen myself so far for 2026 in the garden, I've seen a robin, jackdaw, coal-tit, blue-tit, great-tit, house sparrow, dunnock, starling, chaffinch, goldfinch, pigeon, magpie, crow, blackbird, songthrush, long-tailed tits, bullfinch, and the siskin. The one that we would usually have by now would be the greenfinch. I haven't seen a greenfinch in the garden since around Christmas time, and then there will be some others which, if I see them, I see them because they're in and out quite quick. The one that we didn't see last year was the great spotted woodpecker. That's the first time in the 5 years I've been here we've not had one in the garden. So it's looking good so far for 2026.